Students, good morning. This is Somasundari. Today we are discussing about Economics Unit 2. The topic is Globalization in India. In India, the period after 1980 to 81 was marked by severe balance of payment difficulties, mainly due to hike in oil price and Gulf War in 1990 to 91 and hostilities in West Asia. When the new government took over in June 1991, India had unprecedented balance of payment crisis. With the downgrading of India's credit rating by some international agencies, there was heavy flight of capital out of India. Since India lost its credit worthiness in the international market, the government mortgaged 40 tons of gold to the Bank of England. Under these circumstances, the government for 1991 to 92 presented its budget in July 1991 with a series of policy changes which underline globalization, liberalization, and privatization. This has come to be called as India's new economic policy. These policies were strengthened when India signed the Dangle Draft in 1994. Reforms made to adopt globalization. New economic policies in India. Abolition of industrial licensing except for few industries. Reduction in the number of industries reserved for public sector. Fixation of a realistic exchange rate of rupee to exchange exports of Indian goods. Foreign private sector by making rupee convertible on trade, on current account and by reducing import duties. Foreign exchanges regulations were suitably amended. The statutory liquidity ratio was reduced to increase lending by RBI. Students, this is very important short answer. Note it down. Next, multinational corporation, MNC. Multinational corporation is a corporate organization which owns or controls production of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country. Evolution of MNC, like the East Indian Company, which came to India as a trading company and then its net throughout the company to become politically dominant. These multinationals first start their activities in extractive industries or control raw materials in the cost countries during 1920s and then slowly entered into the manufacturing and service sectors after 1950s. Most of the MNCs at present belonging to four major exporting countries via USA, UK, France, Germany. However, the largest is American. 11 of the 15 largest multinationals are Americans. Next, growth of MNCs in India. A common form of MNC participation in Indian industry is through entering into cooperation with Indian industrialists. Trends of liberalization in the 1980s gave a substantial support to foreign collaborations. This would be clear from fact that of the total 12,760 foreign collaboration agreements signed between 1948 to 1988. As a result of liberalization, foreign investment policy announced in July to August 1991. There is a further spurt of foreign collaborations and increased flow to foreign direct investment. Reason for the growth of MNC. Expansion of market territory. As the operation of large-sized firm expand, it seeks more and more extension of its activities beyond the physical boundaries of the country in which it is a corporate. Marketing superiorities. A multinational firm enjoys a number of marketing superiorities over the national firms. It enjoys market reputation and faces less difficulty in selling its products, and it adopts more effective advertising and sales promotion techniques. Financial superiorities. It has financial resource and high level of funds utilization. It has easier access of external capital markets because of its international reputation. It is able to raise more international resources. The top largest multinational companies in India 2018: Sony Corporation, Hewlett Packard, Tata Group, Microsoft Corporation, and IBM. Technological superiorities. The main reason why MNCs have been encouraged by the underdeveloped countries to participate in their industrial development is on account of the technological superiorities which these firms possess as compared to national companies. Product innovations. MNCs have research and development engaged in the task of developing new products and superior designs of existing products. Indian multinational companies. The company name Hero MotoCorp, headquarters New Delhi, and type of industry automobile, countries of operating Colombia, Bangladesh, and Africa. Next, Bajaj, headquarters Pune, type of industry automobile, and countries of operating United Arab Emirates and Bangladesh. Company name TVS and headquarters Chennai, types of industry automobile, and countries of operating Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Mexico, and Peru. Next, company State Bank of India, headquarters Mumbai, type of industry banking, and countries operating Australia, Bangladesh, and Belgium. Last one, Bharti Airtel, headquarters New Delhi, type of industry communication, and countries operating South Asia and Africa. Next, advantages of MNC. Producing the same quality of goods at lower cost and without transaction cost. MNC reduce prices and increase the purchasing power of consumers worldwide. The third one, a MNC is able to take advantage of tax variation. Then fourth point, spurring job growth in the local economies. Next, disadvantages of multinational corporation. First one, there are a way for corporation to develop a monopoly. Second, there also a detrimental effect on the environment. Third one, the introduction of MNC to the host country's economy may also lead to the downfall of smaller and local business. Then fourth, MNC breach ethical standards, accusing them of evading ethical laws and leveraging their business agenda with capital. Next, fair trade practices and World Trade Organization. Fair trade. Fair trade is a way of doing business that ultimately aims to keep small farmers an active part of the world marketplace and aims to empower consumers to make purchases that support their values, raising and stabilizing the incomes of small-scale farmers, farm workers, and artisans, more equitably distributing an economic gains, opportunities, and risk associated with the production and sale of these goods, increasing the organizational and commercial capacities of producer groups, promoting labor rights and the right workers to organize, promoting safe and sustainable farming methods and working conditions. Fair trade is about better price, decent working conditions, and fair terms of trade for farmers and workers. Next, principles of fair trade organization. Students, it's very important, note it down. Creating opportunities for economically disadvantaged producers, transparency and accountability, fair trading practices and payment of a fair price, ensuring on child labor and forced labor, commitment to non-discrimination, gender equity and freedom of association, providing capacity building and promoting fair building, respect for the environment. It's very important. Market students. Next, GATE, General Agreement on Trade and Traffics. GATE was signed by 23 countries in 1947. India was one of the founder members of GATE. The Director General of GATE, Arthur Dungal, came up the draft final act known as Dungal Draft was approved signed. GATE's primary purpose was to increase international trade by reducing various tariffs, quotas, and subsidies while maintaining meaningful regulations. Rounds of GATE. First in Geneva, Switzerland in 1947. Second, Annecy, France in 1949. Third, Torquay, UK in 1950 to 51. Fourth and fifth and sixth in Geneva, 1956, 1960-61 and 1964-67. Seventh in Tokyo, Japan in 1973-79. Eighth and final round of Punta del Este in 1986-1994 known as Uruguay Round. World Trade Organization, WTO. The signing of final act of the Uruguay Round of member nations of GATE in April 1994 paved the way for setting up of the WTO. An agreement of this effect was signed by 104 members. The World Trade Organization agreement came into force from January 1, 1995. The WTO headquarters, Geneva in Switzerland. Purpose of WTO regulation and international trade. Members of World Trade Organization, Director General, 4 Deputy Director General and other 600 official staff from around 80 member countries. Next, objectives of World Trade Organization. To set and enforce rules for international trade. To provide a forum for negotiating and monitoring further trade liberalization. To resolve trade disputes. Introduction at the sustainable development and environment can go together. To ensure that developing countries secure a better share of growth in world trade. To resolve trade disputes. To increase the transparency of decision making process. Introduction, sustainable development, the development and environment can go together. To ensure full employment and broad increase the effective demand. Trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. TRIPS. Intellectual property rights may be defined as information with a commercial value. Under TRIPS, patents shall be available for any invention, whether product or process in all fields of industrial technologies. TRIPS agreement covers 7 areas of intellectual property rights. The last, impact and challenges of globalization. Positive impact. A better economy introduces rapid development of the capital market. Standard of living has increased. Globalization rapidly increased better trade so that more people are employed. Introduced new technologies and new scientific research patterns. Globalization increasing the GDP of a country. It helps to increase in free flow of goods and also to increase foreign direct investment. Negative impact. Too much flow of capital among us countries induces unfair and immoral distributors of income. Another fear is losing national integrity because too much of exchange of trade, independent domestic policies are lost. Rapid growth of economy has occurred, a major infrastructure and resource extraction. This increases negative ecological and social costs. Rapidly increases in exploitation of natural resources to earn foreign exchange. Environmental standards and regulations have been relaxed. Students, read carefully. Impact and globalization of positive impact and negative impact. Next, challenges of globalization. The benefits of globalization extend to all countries that will not happen automatically. They fear that globalization leads to instability in the developing world. The industrial world that increased global competition will lead to race to the bottom of wages, labor rights, and employment practices. It leads to global imbalance. Globalization has led to an increase in activities such as child labor and slavery. The people started consuming more junk food. This caused the degradation of health and spread of diseases. Globalization has led to environmental degradation. The challenge of globalization is important 5-mark question. Students, note it down. Globalization is a very important study of globalization because understanding and contemporary international political economy is an essential part of being an informed citizen. Understanding globalization is a very important part of learning about our human involvement with the environment and society. Students, now I will give you book back exercise answers. All are take your social book. Turn to page number 310. First, choose the correct answer. Question number 1. Who is the head of the World Trade Organization? Who is the head of the World Trade Organization? Option A, Ministerial Conference. Option B, Director General. Option C, Deputy Director General. Option D, none of this. The right answer is option B, Director General. Question number 2. Colonial advent in India. Question number 2. Colonial advent in India. Option A, Portuguese, Dutch, English, Danish, French. Option B, Dutch, English, Danish, French. Option C, Portuguese, Danish, Dutch, French and English. Option D, Danish, Portuguese, French, English and Dutch. The right answer is option A, Portuguese, Dutch, English, Danish and French. Question number 3. Gates' first round held in dash. Question number 3. Gates' first round held in. Option A, Tokyo. Option B, Uruguay. Option C, Turkey. Option D, Geneva. The right answer is option D, Geneva. Question number 4. India signed the Dangat Proposal in. Question number 4. India signed the Dangat Proposal in. Option A, 1984. Option B, 1976. Option C, 1950. Option D, 1994. The right answer is option D, 1994. Question number 5. Who granted the English Golconda Fireman in 1632? Question number 5. Who granted the English Gold Fireman in 1632? Option A, Jahangir. Option B, Sultan of Golconda. Option C, Akbar. Option D, Aurangzeb. The right answer is option B, Sultan of Golconda. Question number 6. Foreign investment policy announced in dash. Foreign investment policy announced in dash. Option A, June 1991. Option B, July 1991. Option C, July-August 1991. Option D, August 1991. The right answer is option C, July-August 1991. Question number 7. Indian government was introduced dash in 1991. Question number 7. Indian government was introduced dash in 1991. Option A, globalization. Option B, World Trade Organization. Option C, new economic policy. Option D, none. The right answer is option C, new economic policy. Next, Roman letter 2. Fill in the blanks. First one, a better economy introduced rapid development of the dash. A better economy introduced rapid development of the dash. Answer is capital market. Capital market. Question number 2. World Trade Organization agreement came into force from dash. WTO agreement came into force from dash. Answer is January 1st, 1995. January 1st, 1995. Question number 3. The term globalization invented by dash. The term globalization invented by dash. Answer is Professor Theodore Levitt. Professor Theodore Levitt. Next, third Roman letter, match the following. Question number 1. Multinational corporation in India. Multinational corporation in India. Answer is minimize cost of production. Minimize cost of production. Question number 2. M&C. M&C. Answer is Infosys. Infosys. Question number 3. Gate. Question number 3. Gate. Answer is 1947. 1947. Question number 4. 8th Uruguay round. 8th Uruguay round. Answer is 1986. 1986. WTO. WTO. Fifth question. WTO. Answer is international trade. WTO, international trade. Students, now we are going to end of the session. I hope you are all observing the class properly, isn't it? Well done. Students, revise properly. Each and every question you must write one time. Okay? Thank you, children. See you next class.